Time to review on the conquest of the planet the apes. Hello everyone, it's me Autistic Fanboy 2002 here, and today we're going to do a review on Conquest of the Planet the Apes that came out in 1972. So the story follows that in a world that has embraced ape slavery, Caesar, played by Roddy McDowall, the son of the late Simeons Cornelius and Zera, surfs out of hiding from the authorities and prepares a rebellion against humanity. So, when the film came out on the 14th of June 1972, the film received mixed reviews from critics. And I've watched a clip of it, it looked alright, but still, following a North American pandemic from a space-borne disease that wiped out all dogs and cats in 1983, which was 41 years ago, the government has become a series of Scotch-staffel patterned police stats that took chimpanzees, gorillas, and orangutans as pets before establishing a culture based on ape slave labor. These events were foretold in 1973 as testimony by two chimpanzee scientists who came from the distant future, Cornelius and Zera. Before they were killed, widely believed to be dead, their baby was secretly raised by the circus owner Armando as a young horseback rider in 1991, now fully grown, and named Caesar. The ape is brought to one of the city's distribute flyers for Armando's circus. During their trip, Armando advises Caesar not to speak to the public for fear of his life. After seeing a gorilla being beaten down and drugged, Caesar shouts out, "Lousy human bastards!" Armando diffuses the ensuing commotion by taking responsibility for exclamation. He plans to turn himself into the authorities and bluff his way out while instructing Caesar to hide among the apes for safety. Caesar obeys and hides in a cage of orangutans, finding himself being trained for slavery through violent conditioning. He is then sold at auction to Governor Breck. Caesar is then put to work by Breck's chief, Ide MacDonald, whose African-American heritage allows him to sympathize with the apes to the disgust of his boss. Meanwhile, Armando is interrogated by Inspector Culp. It takes place after where Escape from the Planet the Apes left off, so let's continue reading the plot. Cornelius and Zera, Culp's assistant, puts Armando under a machine that psychologically forces people to be truthful. So, later on in the film, realizing he cannot fight the machine, Armando jumps through the window and dies. When Caesar learns of Armando's death, he loses faith in human kindness. In secret, he begins teaching the apes combat and has them gather weapons. Unfortunately, Breck eventually learns that Caesar is the ape the police are hunting. Meanwhile, Caesar realizes MacDonald is an ally to the apes, calls and reveals to him. MacDonald understands Caesar's intent to depose Breck, but expresses his doubts about the revolution effectiveness. Caesar later captured by Breck's men and is electrically tortured into speaking. Hearing him speak, Breck orders Caesar to be killed with MacDonald's help. The heroes manage to trick Breck into believing Caesar died. Once Breck leaves, Caesar kills his torturer and escapes. To build his numbers, Caesar takes over ape management. While setting the city on fire, Caesar and the rest of the apes proceed to the command center and killing most of the riot police that attempt to stop them in the process. After succeeding in this, Caesar has Brett marched out to be executed. MacDonald pleads with Caesar not to succumb to brutality and be merciful to the former masters. Caesar ignores him, deciding to dedicate his life to man's downfall. As the apes raise their rifles to beat Brett to death, Caesar's girlfriend Lisa voices her objection, shouting no. She is the first ape to speak other than Caesar, but the other apes are concerned about Caesar's bloodlust as well. Caesar reconsiders and orders the apes to lower their weapons, deciding that they can afford to be humane since the fight is already won. So they've already seen the birth of the Planet of the Apes, and that's basically what the plot is. So the main character of the movie will go to Caesar. That is the very first Planet of the Apes movie to feature Caesar. Yeah, in the first three films they didn't have him, but this is Caesar's only appearance in the original. But thankfully he had more appearances in the reboot trilogy, which we'll get to that soon. So next up is Battle for the Planet of the Apes. It's just like Epic-tastic Joshua and Harry Thomas Picture says, it was a mediocre ending to the finale. So, Battle for the Planet of the Apes is a 1973 film directed by G. Lee Thompson, and it's the fifth and final installment of the Planet of the Apes original film series. It stars Roddy McDowall, Claude Atkins, Natalie Tunde, Severn Darden, Lou Iris, and Paul Williams and John Huston. In the film, after conquering the oppressive humans, Caesar tries to keep the peace amongst the humans and apes, but uprising endure. This film came out 51 years ago in 1973. Yeah, the film received mixed and negative reviews from critics. Yeah, the plot follows about Caesar wanting to bring peace to the world, and then all of a sudden, yeah, Colt wanted to deny the peace, and then, yeah, the film was mediocre. Not a good way to end the film, but yeah, with Caesar now realizing that apes are no different than their human slave owners, he agrees to MacDonald's request for humans to be treated as equals. Coexisting in a new society, they store their guns in the armory. Caesar and Virgil reluctantly explain to the armory's overseer, an orangutan named Madimus, that they will still need their weapons for future conflicts and can only wait for the day when they will no longer need them. So, yeah. Caesar shows a single tear in his eye from one eye. Tear falling from one eye, sorry. Yeah, so I give Conquest of the Planet of the Apes a 6.1 out of 10. But I'll give this movie a 5.1 out of 10. 4 point, no, scratch that, 4.4 out of 10. It's just mediocre. At least Conquest of the Planet of the Apes was okay. But, yeah. This final chapter is nothing special. But, stay tuned for a review of Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So that'll be it for now. So Hope you guys enjoyed my double pack review on the two Planet the Apes movies. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, cheerio!